sir. Yes, sir. I was in the building Saturday for the Maized Out. I was a part of the 109,000 people that was in attendance for the Michigan and Washington game. It was an amazing experience. There is no place like the big house. I am telling you, you had to be there to see it. It was fucking amazing, without a doubt. Michigan beats Washington 31-10. Blake Corum had an amazing game. Hassan Haskins had an amazing game. They ran the ball for 343 yards. Barely threw the ball at all. Didn't need to, which is what I'm gonna get to in a second. Yes, man, that defense. Mike McDonald came in with a Baltimore Ravens style defense, and you're starting to see it, man. Aiden Hutchinson, this dude cannot be blocked. He treated a first round tackle like he was just a play dummy. Seriously. Aiden Hutchinson is a beast and a man on a fucking mission. He is trying to destroy dudes out there every Saturday. And Washington, I didn't think they were going to do much on offense, and they really didn't. But it's so refreshing to see the defense have multiple looks and do multiple things. Shout out to Jordan Whitley in the middle, Mozzie Smith, Grand Rapids' own, Junior Colson, number 25, a true freshman. You can't even tell the dude's a true freshman. Daxton Hill is doing what Daxton Hill should have done under Don Brown, playing multiple positions. You never know where the guy's going to be at. He's having a great season so far, and you could tell with the addition of Steve Clinkscale as the defensive backs coach, the DBs have so much more confidence this season than they've had last year. It's total night and day. They're out there making plays. They're out there having fun, tackling dudes, making great plays on the ball. Granted, Washington had a lot of quick slants and quick posts, but that was more so because Michigan was playing a type of defense where they were playing soft coverage, and because they basically said, look, you can't beat us on the outside, so I don't know what you're gonna do. And Washington tried, failed, got their asses whooped. Again, the defense is playing special. They're playing lights out. The offensive line is mauling dudes, and I am very, very happy that we are 2-0. Again, the competition will get stiffer. Competition will get better. We have Wisconsin in a couple weeks, few weeks, something like that. Competition will absolutely get better. Here's my I don't even say an issue. Here's more of a want as a fan, okay? And nobody can come at me against how I feel about this, because I've always been on the keep Jim Harbaugh side. Keep Josh Gaddis. Keep those central pieces of the team. I love the spread offense concepts, and I like that we have different type of formations. I love it, but as a fan watching the game, and it was reiterated by a couple people who cover the team, is that Michigan fans aren't disappointed with 2-0. I don't know what Michigan fan you've seen that is upset that we're 2-0. But it's the same thing I was going to do with my Minnesota Vikings had they won that game yesterday. They ended up losing, but I was prepared to make a video critiquing what I've seen in the game. As a fan, that's what you do. You know you can win games and critique your team. Coaches do it all the time. But hey, who am I? My whole thing is this. We got Ronnie Bell out. Ronnie Bell's hurt. We have a bunch of guys who are going to have to step up and be dependable. My problem with it is that there's going to be a game where they're going to teams are going to shut down that running game. They're going to put as many guys in the box as they can, and you're going to force Matt Cade and the rest of the guys to do work in the passing game. You got Cornelius Johnson, you got Dalen Baldwin, you got Mike Sanders still, you got AJ Henning, you got Roman Wilson. We have some pretty great weapons at wideout. And we only pretty much threw the ball down the field like twice. And I get it, the run game was working. You didn't have to throw it. But my point is this. We have to. Football is a hard sport. You cannot turn the switch on and off. That just doesn't happen in that sport. Um, it's a rhythm game. You have to gain confidence. Guys have to gain confidence in their rhythm. And if we're not throwing the ball at all, what's going to happen when we need to throw the ball? That's my only question. Is I would like to see test the boundaries. I understand that the defensive backs for Washington, like Coach Harbaugh said, they were elite. That's the best part of their defense. They were super elite. But that does not mean you don't challenge them at all. Like there are times where I watched the Monday morning quarterback breakdown with Devin Gardner with Sam Webb this morning, and there are times where Cade he had a couple play action passes that he could have thrown, but for some reason he didn't do it. I don't know. Devin said he thinks it's probably he's unsure of himself. He didn't want to make the mistake, but there were times throughout the game where it felt like play action past him, and it's going to be open because they're totally selling out for the run. And a lot of those 1 yard, 2 yard runs are the ones I'm talking about. The bubble screens that seem to not go anywhere ever. Yes, Saturday night. Granted the wide receivers didn't do a great job blocking the bubble screens, but they did a great job blocking throughout the night on the runs that helped Hassan Haskins and Corum break through. But I just feel like you have to threaten the defense in all levels. And when the competition gets stiffer, they're going to watch the film and they're going to go, look, we're just going to sit on these routes. We're going to play cover 2, and we're going to sit on these routes. We're going to play cover 2, but we're going to send the safety down a little bit, and we're going to sit on these routes because they're not throwing the ball, these short routes, because they're not testing the ball down the field. And that was my only gripe. And it seems like a lot of people have an issue with you critiquing your team, which makes absolutely no sense because I don't know anybody who roots for a sports team who doesn't critique it. But hey, and that's your opinion. We also can agree to disagree. And the fact is, people get so upset when you have an opinion that's not the same as theirs. And once you have an opinion that's not the same as theirs, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's like, I do know what I'm talking about, but you're so emotional right now. You think, yeah, you are right. You know what I'm saying? I agree, you are right, but I'm right at the same time as well. We're all, it's a lot of us at the game. I couldn't, like, there are people around me shouting the same thing I was saying, like, yo, my God, like, the bubble screen's not working. Throw the ball down the field. I understand it's just a longer, it's just like a run play, pretty much bubble screen is. And we're like, that's not working. And a couple times it looked like it was gonna be a disastrous play, and Blake Corum kind of, I think one ball he jumped on, they called it a fumble, but then they called it an incomplete pass. And another one, he got turned around, and it's like those aren't safe plays if the ball's not placed perfectly. And I would much rather you throw it to a tight end on a slant, a tight end on a drag route, a receiver on a drag route that's open, which we had a few times. And is it a huge concern of mine? No, it's not a huge concern of mine because I understood what they did. But if you're not looking at what other teams are going to be looking at, then you're insane. Other teams are going to look at that and go, well, they obviously want to run the ball. And when you have talent on the defensive line where you can stuff a lot of those runs, they're going to make you throw the ball down the field. And the question that everybody has is, can we do it? That's always been the problem with a lot of the last few years. A lot of times is, can we throw the ball down the field? Can we have big plays down the field? We don't know that yet. It's only week 2. We have Northern Illinois Saturday, so hopefully we open the playbook up a little bit more. But that's all I'm saying, man. I think people got me confused with what I was trying to say. I was not critique. I was not being criticism of a win. I was just saying I wasn't being hard. I wasn't trying to be hard on the team about a win. I was just saying, hey man, it would have been nice to throw the ball down the field a few times. That's all. And I think that's fair as a fan. Like, it's, I would be a receiver. If I was a receiver, I would be frustrated at times. Like, man, I get one pass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I get one shot at catching the ball? And that's that. I guess that was putting myself into it, I guess. But listen, man, Michigan's elite running the ball. Ohio State right now struggles. That's who we're looking for at the end of the season. They struggle of stopping the run. And I guess that's good for right now, but each team gets better throughout the season. And let's see what happens, man. Hopefully the passing game gets opened up. And we'll see what happens. But I'll have more on what I hear from coaches and other people covering the team later in the week. That was just my take on the game. Go Blue, 2-0, Maized Out, and Narber. Let's do the damn thing, baby. Peace.